have to make their dramatic improvements without first-round selection Danny Manning, who says he's prepared to sit out the season if the Clippers don't meet his salary demands. Manning met with team officials last week and was offered a 5-year, $10 million deal, but doesn't like the fact that the maximum 30% of that salary would be deferred. Big-name stars getting big money by renegotiating their contracts. Well, the Dallas Mavericks said they'll do the same for their top scorer, Mark Aguirre, who finished 8th in the league in scoring, and he'll apparently have the salary in his current 12-year deal upgraded from $700,000 a year. Boston Celtics announced their final cuts Monday. UNLV's Gerald Patio and veteran Enos Watley are gone. Boston kept 3 rookies, Ramon Rivas, Ron Grandison, and Brian Shaw out of UC Santa Barbara. Bucks first-round pick Jeff Greer out of Iowa State will be out of action 1 to 3 weeks because of the chicken pox. And the Nets and Sacramento Kings worked a deal on Monday. Guard Mike McGee coming from Sacramento to New Jersey in exchange for 1991 and 1996 second-round picks. We'll see who'll be the first team to trade a 21st century selection very soon, I'm sure. The NBA 88-89 campaign gets underway Friday night. The LA Lakers will be looking for their 3rd straight title and the crown in the Pacific Division. Larry Burnett takes a look at how that division shapes up this season.
When you win it all in the NBA, you get a trophy. You win it twice in a row, you get to practice in Hawaii. At least the Lakers did before heading back to the States for exhibition play. Kareem is back for his 20th and final NBA season. And at 41, he'll pick his spots even more this season. Michael Thompson is a proven backup, and Pat Riley's crew has Magic and Worthy and Green and Scott and Cooper, offense, defense, and showtime. Plus newcomers Orlando Woolridge and David Rivers, who give L.A. more depth than they've had in a long time.
As much as I like to use 7 or 8 players, and I'm going to have to extend during the regular season our play off the bench, and I think Jerry West at the right time has really helped us in creating a deeper bench. So the teams in the NBA now are hungry, they're young, they're deeper, and I think we have to match that a little bit ourselves.
The Portland Trail Blazers had their 2nd-best record ever last season and still finished 2nd to the Lakers in the division for the 5th straight year. Center Kevin Duckworth was Comeback Player of the Year last season, and a healthy Steve Johnson should start at power forward. Jerome Kersey is solid at the small forward, and the Blazers have all-star guard Clyde Drexler to team with Terry Porter in the backcourt. Backup guard is a big question mark, and so is Kiki Vandeweghe. His back has been hurting since the Blazers brass refused to trade him, and he's done almost no work during the preseason. Seattle's most famous newcomer is Michael Cage, last year's NBA rebound leader with the Clippers.
I think that, obviously, I think that I'll be able to succeed sometime, more than just going out and trying to be the best player you can be, but actually to feel the win, to get in the playoffs. That's something I haven't experienced yet.
Tom Chambers took his 20 points per game on a free agent flight to Phoenix. But Dale Ellis led the club last year and has the green light to shoot this season. The Sonics get good guard play from Nate McMillan and a strong inside game from Alton Lister. Xavier McDaniel is working his way back into shape and could split time at forward with Derek McKee, the team's best defensive player. The Warriors want stability after using 23 players and 32 different starting lineups last season, their worst in 23 years. Don Nelson takes over the coaching, but rumors persist that Ralph Sampson may be on the trading block. So much for stability. Nelson wants to run and rebound and play aggressive defense, and if Ralph remains, he'll be expected to produce. Chris Mullin is sober and sizzling after a move to small forward. Rookie Mitch Richmond brings new blood at the guard spot and could start along with Winston Garland. And 7'6" Manute Bol could get a shot at power forward next to Sampson. But even Nelson admits the Warriors won't be very good. Last year, Phoenix put up its worst numbers since their 1968 expansion season. They missed the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. Cotton Fitzsimmons is the new head coach, and he's counting on free agent Tom Chambers for 20-plus points per game at small forward.
But once we learn the system, I think we're athletic enough that we're going to be able to play with each other. Our main emphasis is going to be pushing the ball up the floor, and it doesn't take a genius to learn how to run up and down the floor.
Armand Gilliam is back after an all-rookie season at power forward, and Olympian Dan Marley has the Suns giddy over his poise and defense. He'll start, but the Suns will still miss Walter Davis, who went to Denver. Kevin Johnson will run the show from the point. He was the key to last season's Larry Nance trade with Cleveland. Phoenix, though, is short on depth and weak in the middle, where Mark West gets the start. Sacramento won only 24 games last season, but they've already sold 15,000 season tickets this year for their new Arco Arena. Otis Thorpe is gone to Houston after averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds, his best season as a pro. Rodney McRae moves in. He'll start at forward along with LaSalle Thompson, who has looked good despite never playing the power spot before. Joe Klein starts at center, while all-rookie guard Kenny Smith teams with Derek Smith in the backcourt. Both need to stay healthy. The Kings want to move the ball and go this season. Don't expect them to go too far too fast. For the second year in a row, the Clippers owned the NBA's worst record and made hay in the draft. Michigan guard Gary Grant and Pitt forward Charles Smith have played well in preseason, but the Clips are still trying to sign Danny Manning, the College Player of the Year. Benoit Benjamin continues to improve at center. Norm Nixon is back at guard, and 1987 picks Joe Wolf and Ken Norman will start at forward. Norman has improved his outside shot and led L.A. in preseason scoring. Reggie Williams, though, is hobbled, which means Quentin Daly starts at guard. Tomorrow, we'll head east for a look at the Atlantic Division. I'm Larry Burnett, ESPN.
League in this preseason. The Atlantic Division of the NBA used to be the roughest. That was, well, long ago now. The Celtics are not defending Eastern champions. Everybody else on this block is rebuilding. Larry Burnett has his next installment of his preseason tour, Life on the Atlantic.
The Celtics are the Celtics. Bird, McHale, Parrish and company. But they've got a different approach under new head coach Jim Rodgers. Rodgers wants to go up-tempo with the boys in green and plans to use his bench to do it.
I think everything that's been done in the past has been absolutely right, but we have identified the problem, if there is a problem, that there's so much depth right now in this league that in order to match what's going on out there, we just feel it's necessary to build some depth, and that's one of our objectives in this training camp.
The gang that couldn't shoot straight in last year's playoffs got an energy transfusion from rookie guard Brian Shaw during the preseason. He was a who's he on draft day. Shaw runs, rebounds, plays defense, and even shoots like a young Dennis Johnson. Second-year man Brad Lohaus has filled in at all three front court spots. And Reggie Lewis is backing up Larry Bird at forward. The youth movement is on, and the older Celts should benefit come playoff time. The Knicks played 600 ball in the second half last season to make the playoffs for the first time in 4 years. They should be better this year with Charles Oakley on board to work the boards and help up front alongside Patrick Ewing. Mark Jackson starts at point guard after a Rookie of the Year season. He should get some rest with rookie Rod Strickland playing capable backup.
We've definitely enhanced our team with the acquisitions of Charles Oakley and Rodney Strickland. We're looking forward to not only making the playoffs, but getting far.
Gerald Wilkins is a spark plug at the off guard, but may be forced to small forward if Johnny Newman can't do the job. The Knicks are still looking for a shooter to fill that spot and are still interested in Portland's Kiki Vandeweghe. Trent Tucker has been super in preseason and could force a three-guard system on offense. But the key to this team is defense, pressure defense. If they don't play it, the Knicks don't win, and Patrick Ewing has to stay healthy. The Sixers didn't make the playoffs last season for the first time in 13 years, despite the fact that Charles Barkley averaged more than 28 points and almost 12 rebounds per game. Philly played weak defense and gave up too many breakaway baskets, and the Sixers didn't have a consistent outside threat. Now they do. First-round pick Hersey Hawkins will start at shooting guard alongside veteran Mo Cheeks. Hawkins is expected to put the ball in the hole, just as he did at Bradley University last season, when he scored 36.3 points per game and led the nation in scoring. That should open up the inside game for Barkley and front court mates Mike Jaminski and Cliff Robinson. The Nets led the league in head coaches last season. They had 3, and the last one, Willis Reed, came back this year, despite a late-season 15-game losing streak and an NBA record 346 man games the Nets lost to injury last year. Already, Dennis Hobson is hobbling after being penciled in at the starting guard spot. But there is optimism in Jersey. Buck Williams returns at forward after leading the team in points, rebounding, field goal percentage, and minutes last year. First-round pick Chris Morris, the forward out of Auburn, looks like a winner. Walter Berry should be a scoring threat for a team that needs one.
I think this is going to be a great opportunity for me. You know, I'm around home. I'm close to home. You know, I got the people behind me, and, hey, I'm going to make it happen here.
The Bullets lost the tallest and the shortest players in the NBA during the offseason. 7'6" Manute Bol went to Golden State. 5'3" Muggsy Bogues went to Charlotte. But the biggest getaway was Moses Malone's, who took his 20 points per game and signed with Atlanta. The Bullets still have a Malone, Jeff, and that Malone averaged more than 20 points per game last season. Bernard King is back strong, no knee brace this year, and going to the hoop like the old days. Still, Wes Unseld's stable isn't exactly stocked with thoroughbreds. In fact, Wes may want to suit up again. Dave Feidel will start at center. and the Bullets have been getting killed on the boards in preseason. The Charlotte Hornets are the new kids on the Atlantic Division block. Dick Harter gets his first NBA head coaching spot after 3 years as an assistant coach at Detroit and 2 at Indiana. The Hornets have a base of experience in Kelly Tripucka, Kurt Rambis, Ricky Green, Robert Reed and company.
We expect when we walk on that court to win the ball game, and we're going to go out there and play like that, because if we give 110%, hey, any team in this league can beat any other team on a given night. So we're looking to make strides and improve as the season goes along, and I think if we can ask ourselves at the end of the year, are we a better team than we were at the beginning, and the answer is yes, and we've made great strides.
Their future hopes are on the shoulders of rookie Rex Chapman, their #1 pick out of Kentucky. Chapman won't start early in the season, but when he plays, he puts the sting in the Hornets' attack. But keep in mind, this is an expansion team still trying to find direction. What's worse, it's an expansion team without a legitimate NBA center. Tomorrow night, we'll check out the Midwest Division in the NBA. I'm Larry Burnett, ESPN.
And Larry will be by with the season premiere of the NBA today, every Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern Time for a complete